Hello, and welcome to Demon Interviews episode 182. There's a Pokemon that is associated with that number. I did not look it up before this recording. That's fine. I'm your host, as always, Springy, and joining us today is a very special guest.
Hello guys, my name is the Darfictini, also known as Darfictini2 on Instagram and Darfictini on TikTok. And I cosplay, I like gaming, and I like Ruby and Bleach.
Woo! Well, we're very happy to have you on here today on our 182nd episode. That's a lot of numbers.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, man.
So, the first question is, how are you doing on this fine evening for you, but middle of day
Yeah,
for
yeah,
me?
yeah.
How was your
Yeah,
day?
today was a pretty chill day. I've been playing Honkai Star Rail recently, enjoying it a lot. And I'm also preparing for MCM Comic Con in London, so yeah, very excited for that.
Woo! Awesome. Well, we've kind of already
Yeah.
answered one of my future questions, so I'll just skip to it so we can, get it out of the way. Are there any cons you're preparing to go to in the near future that fans of yours and ours, if they live in the area, can meet you at?
Yeah. I'm from the United Kingdom. I forgot to mention that. So I do have a bunch of cons that I have planned.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to MCM London on the 27th and 28th of May.
Mm-hmm.
Hyper Japan in July. EGX in October and MCM October in October, basically. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, we're just gonna stick with the con-based questions since there's only 3 of them. Have you ever gone to a convention before the ones you mentioned?
No. The first one I went was MCM London October 2021,
Mm-hmm.
and it was basically, so my dad, who works near the con center, called me or messaged me saying that, oh, you should go to this con
Mm-hmm.
because I think it's something you like. You love anime, you love games. Like, at first I was like kind of nervous because like I often don't go to places or I don't go to events because I get very overwhelmed
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to like seeing a lot of people. It's like social anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
But I ultimately decided I'm gonna go, and this was like, I went the next day basically, and I got the ticket for tomorrow. So I was surprised they still had tickets.
Mm-hmm.
So I went, and honestly, my confidence at first was I was like really really nervous going there and also getting to the ticket area. But when I went in, I met so many cool people and a lot of cosplayers, and my confidence was starting to build up basically.
Mm-hmm.
And it's actually what got me into cosplaying in the first place because a lot of them were Genshin Impact cosplayers, but I also came across Ruby ones, which in the United Kingdom, Ruby has a very small fan base, so
Mm-hmm.
it's so cool to see like Ruby cosplayers around as well. So yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Um. Well, I can understand that because like it's very hard to find like any like Tokusatsu, Power Ranger, Kamen Rider cosplayers in the United States. So I can understand the
Yeah.
rarity of certain cosplays in certain areas.
Mm.
So the next question, last con-based one, is going to be: what is your
All
favorite
right.
convention memory that you can tell us about?
Oh, I got so many. Um, that's actually a good question. I think I would say definitely when I went to meet Erica Harlager in MCM May 2022. Yeah, MCM May 2022. So Erica Harlager, for those who don't know, she's the voice actress of Shinobu from Demon Slayer and Venti from Genshin and Antamaki from Persona.
Oh.
So I met her for the first time, and she's like very happy very happy, and I was nervous because obviously I'm meeting a voice actor, and this is like the first person or first voice actress I ever met.
Mm-hmm.
So I was a bit nervous, but then like I started to have a little chat with her. Like she's like, "Do you have venti?" I was like, "Yeah," and then I got a signed poster that I got, and I also took a pic with her. And honestly, like definitely one of the best memories. And I still have her picture with me on my lock screens to this day because like, it's probably the memorable moment of con in general because she's the first voice actress or voice actor I ever met.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really cool to meet.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, so you said in the beginning that on the social media webiverse, I guess is the way I'm going to say it today, you go by the Dark Victini. Why did you choose that username over Batman Fan 27 or anything else in the world or whatever?
Okay, so this was sort of I had a few usernames back in like 2012.
Mm-hmm.
I used to be called Super Sonic 99, and then obviously in secondary school I had a lot of morons, to put it lightly, that just kept coming on my channel, and I changed my name like 3 times. So it was Gamma Gaming, and I think I stuck to Dark V Creation was in 2014, which is a play on like V Creation is a play on like V Create, which is Victini's move or signature move. And then I think 3 years later, I changed it to the Dark Victini because people were interpreting that as like a dirty joke, and which is not my intention. So I changed it to Dark Victini because I mean that's why I picked it. But I think what made me pick Victini specifically is one because he's my favorite mythical Pokemon in Pokemon, and that it was from me watching the Victini and Zekrom Victini Rashram films, and like Victini was super cute.
Yeah,
and I think Victini has been my favorite mythical because of that film. Yes, it wasn't the best film, but Victini's cute.
Yeah,
and Victini's been on my teams. He's with Lucario as well because like those two are my favorites, and that's why I picked Dark Victini because. Dark is more because I'm trying to be edgy, but Victini is why it's my username pretty much.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Now, wouldn't it be amazing if 182 was Victini's Pokedex number? I know it's not, but wouldn't that have been hilarious?
Oh man, it would have been a coincidence. That would be funny. Yeah.
That would have been great. I know like Victini's is like much higher. I think it's like number 1 in Black and White, or
I think he's 0.
Oh, right.
He's number 0 in the Gen 5 decks.
Right.
Might be wrong.
Forgot there.
But I think he's
Now I'm looking it up because I know it's not, but now I'm curious. Okay, It's number 494. So we have none of the same numbers.
Yeah.
But I will make sure you're number 494. Because it has to be. It's just too perfect. In 5 years, if you're still around.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I closed my phone. My god. I'm having a day. Okay, so next question is going to be, do you have any other new cosplays planned to do that you're willing to tell us about without me giving you a small fee of $5?
Okay, so my next cosplay that I recently ordered is Ryuko Matoi from Kill la Kill.
Ooh.
And the reason is because I actually have a scissor blade prop from another con that I went to. Also because Kill la Kill is my favorite like Studio Trigger show because I think that's what got me into Studio Trigger. Just because of its action and stuff. Also, she reminds me of Shadow the Hedgehog, and she's kind of edgy, so that's another reason. But yeah.
Awesome.
And also, I forgot to mention, I'm also doing a Nightmare Blake or Negative Blake from Ice Queendom as well. Yeah.
Yay. Okay, can I just say one thing about Ice Queendom that I did not enjoy? The only thing is that Jean's nightmare negative form was a child.
Yeah.
Like, as somebody
Rip, man.
who like cosplays Jean, like,
Oh my
and I also have like a Grim Jean as well that I'm done. Are you ever really done with a character? Done,
god.
done with. Like, I'm like, and then there's child. I can't dress up as a child. I'm not a child. Uh, Also, it's like Jean is a child, and then Weiss and Blake got these like really badass forms.
Yeah. I think
Child.
because it has to do, yeah, because I think it has to do something with their like with their past,
Yeah.
basically. With Blake having to do with like the White Fang or
Mm-hmm.
like reformed White Fang under
Yeah.
Adam, and obviously the guilt and stuff,
Yeah.
how ditching him, and with Weiss because she had a silver spoon in her mouth, basically, like.
Yeah.
She's like all like elegant with a cap, and she's basically as deaf. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah. I get it story wise, but it's like, why does my boy not get a cool new form? Yeah, he got
yeah,
one
I
later.
don't
It's
get it
fine.
either.
It equals out. Anywho, not to ruin that for anybody. Uh,
This is all right.
mm. Now I'm thinking about it again. It's okay. Anywho, carrying on. So since the TikToks is more of a newer platform, I want to ask you, why did you start using it in the first place?
So it all started to do with because I'm currently in university,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it was last year. I was just some people were recommending me that I should do TikTok
Mm-hmm.
or get a TikTok. I was like, okay. So I got TikTok and I uploaded my first video, which was just an edit. This was before I even started to do cosplaying.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just, edits and stuff. And then I started to do cosplay. And I think it was a bit slow at first. And then it's basically a chess game. You have to
Mm-hmm.
adapt all the time,
Yeah.
which, I mean, it's like any social media platform. But I think with TikTok, you have to constantly adapt because of the changes.
Yeah.
But I think I have fun doing it. I
Yeah.
think it's not too much about numbers. It's more about if you have fun doing it. Because I think some people have the misconception that if you don't have big numbers, then you're not good enough. That's not
Yeah.
true. I think sometimes like there's a lot of things you have to keep in mind before posting, which is like times and and also the hashtags, which because you don't want to put too much, but you don't want to put too little either, or you get
Yeah.
punished basically. Um, but yeah, so back to the question. So I started TikTok mostly to do with video edits, and then I started to move into what like cosplaying and some IRL like weeb gaming stuff.
Yeah.
And then I think there was like one video of an edit of like Donkey Kong dancing to a specific song that got like 30K views, and I
Mm-hmm.
was like, I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
I didn't expect it to get popular. But then I think later on down the line, it was mostly cosplaying, and then one of my Zhongli videos was like 27K,
Mm-hmm.
which I was also shocked with that as well. Like I don't get because I often get 300, 400 nowadays, and then
Yeah.
if I get a good day, 1,000.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah. I 100% agree. It if you stress about numbers, you're gonna stress yourself into a corner.
exactly. And I think another thing is, I think another problem people have is like I'm sort of guilty as well, is
Yeah.
comparing to other people.
Yeah.
Like the whole point is to not be this person, is to be yourself, basically. Like
Yeah.
I think more people want sort of like variety. They don't want
The same
and
age people.
yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And I just have fun doing like skits. I don't do too much lip sync songs. Like I recently done like two of them, but like
Yeah.
I'm too shy to do those. Like I'm more of like a skit like quote person, so
Yeah.
I mostly do those. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, next up is going to be a very complicated, very hard hitting question that'll get right down to the nitty gritty of this interview. Would you rather
All right.
eat Cheetos or go on a hike?
Eat Cheetos or go on a hike?
Yep.
Okay. Well, there's a whole. I would say. That's that's great. Now I don't know because I like Cheetos,
Mm-hmm.
but hikes are like a thing that I despise. Like I go to I go to like a country for like walks.
Yeah.
So like family, we call it weldas. So like when we go to like walks, I'm like no. But I think when I got older, I'm like I think it's actually really nice just to look around, see some places. But hiking, I don't. I think hiking will be too much for me.
Yeah.
But then again, I've hiked before in like like summer camps and even summer holidays. So like through mountains, but they're not too long. So I'm gonna say I might say hikes more to be honest,
Hmm. Awesome.
because of like the surprises you'll encounter
Yeah,
basically.
I get that. So now I have to do the stereotypical YouTube thing of don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell icon. If you have any, uh, if you have any questions for our lovely guest here, put them in the comment section below. Don't forget to follow them on all the social media platforms. Now my window is open because of a cat and it's bugging me horribly. Uh,
I have a cat too, so
curses. So like it's
she might knock
slightly
the
open.
door.
Yeah, that's same. Uh, it's always like slightly open. So like as I'm talking, I'm going to try and close it from my seat using my sword. Because that's what it's used for more often than not. Is for me to poke things. There we go. It's better. Um, yes. Don't forget to follow our lovely guests on other social media platforms. You can find a way to get to all of them in the description below. And yeah. Um, I think that's my speech. I guess I'll just continue. So, um, scroll. So what is one of the hardest things about getting into one of your cosplays?
So I think it just depends on the amount of parts all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So my first cosplay was Kazuha.
Mm-hmm.
I got it on AliExpress, and he has so many parts.
Yeah.
Like you got his scarf, you got his vision, you got his bits. The problem with Kazuha is like it's like I have to use a lot of pins because some like his undershirt just decides to open up a bit,
Yeah.
and his scarf is a pain to put on
Yeah.
because it just likes to slip off and all that, and the socks don't keep up. So basically, I think the painful thing about cosplaying is like either things are too big,
Yeah.
or they're bloody small. Especially if it's because recently when I did Amber, her corset for medium, by the way, this is from like the same company I did for Yelan and I did for Morax or Zhongli,
Yeah.
or most other Doki Dokis. She felt small for a medium, and I was like, oof, I need to find like not sell it, but obviously find a way to like modify it so I can actually fit.
Yeah.
Which I might reuse some parts from like because I might use Ruby's tights as a way to conceal.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I think the hard part is definitely if it's a cosplay to do with a lot of parts, then yes. Because when I go to like Birmingham, because I don't go, I mostly go London cons, so because
Yeah.
London cons are close to me.
Yeah.
If I go to somewhere like Birmingham, I take one that has little bits because I don't want to lose them or cause like hazard basically.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely to do with parts.
Makes sense. I mean, that does actually make a lot of sense to me because it's like, like my chess piece for Jean, it is
Oh,
suffocating. Like I got it
oof.
commissioned and everything, but like I got it measured pre-pandemic, and
Uh,
then I couldn't go to my running around job anymore. So it was like I went from moving around a lot to not. So it's like,
oh,
so it was like ah. And And like he also has like a sweatshirt on, so like it's like a thick shirt, and then like foam pressed up against me. I was like, still is
Yeah.
not the best armor ever, but that could have also just been because I don't know how to measure that well.
Mm.
And I got the whole set for $120. So
Oh.
yeah. So you can't be like when because I'm planning on doing the Rusted Knight, and he's costing me
Oh.
$1,200 for the whole thing.
Oh my God.
The dude's letting me do payments. Thank God. Thank God for him. Or gods or scientific belief or whatever anybody believes in. But yeah, but like, so if that doesn't fit me, then either A, I need to go on a diet, or B, I'm going to be like, I need this to be bigger. Because like, I can't complain about the $120 one when, because it's like, it fits me. It's coming apart a little bit, but it's like 5 years old or like 3 years old or something like that. So it's like I can't,
Mm.
you can't complain about something that was that cheap. You know, so like, so yeah. Back to the point. Yes, I agree that like finding the right size and stuff is very hard, mainly when you're buying like pre-made cosplays and stuff like that, or buying
Yeah.
cosplays from somebody who's a completely different shape than you are, because like you give them your measurements, but then they have to somehow build that up on themselves. You know what I mean? Like it's a
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
whole
Yeah. Yeah.
thing either way. So like, yeah, I am really excited for my stuff. But to carry on, because this is not about me. um,
It's
the
alright, man. It's very
uh,
interesting. Yeah.
yeah, I'm excited. But the next thing is going to be trying to find a good one. Trying to find a good one. Good one. Um, what is one thing you want people to know about the characters that you cosplay as?
Oh, so I mostly do Ruby and Genshin.
Mm-hmm.
So the Ruby characters, my favorite is Blake. I've done so with Blake. She's more like an introvert cat girl. You know, she's at first she's sort of like wants to be alone because she
Yeah.
has to deal with Adam and she has to deal with the White Fang. You know,
Yeah, I
she
get
wants
it.
to be alone. Um, but I think like later on she started to get more she started to get more confident, and also with Yang and
Yeah.
with like Team Ruby, um, which I think like, and then like with Ruby, she's like a very confident, energetic, optimistic girl
Mm-hmm.
who wants to be like the hero of a story when in reality it's like real life, it's difficult, it's there's a lot more things than just
Yeah.
it's basically like a job. It's not you know
Yeah.
and then like later down the line, instead of that optimistic, like happy, passionate girl, she started to get more like questioning herself,
Mm-hmm.
like you know is she worth being leader, is it worth being a huntress, it's really cool.
Yeah.
I like sort of the opposite, like it's like these flip the sand dial,
Yeah.
the sand, and it's just like Blake is like from an introvert to a very like took some aspects from Ruby, because she even
Yeah.
mentioned in, I think it was volume 8, how Ruby was her inspiration to be confident.
Yeah.
But now Ruby's like the opposite, where she's very confident, but now she's sort of like questioning and very like scared, basically,
Yeah.
which I like.
Yeah. I agree.
Um, I think another character. And okay, let me think of another character I cosplayed. So I think I'll do Kazuha. So Kazuha is a lone wanderer
Mm-hmm.
who he wanders around Inazuma, mostly around Inazuma, because he lost his master against the Raiden Shogun because of the Vision Hunt decree.
Okay.
Now, the vision that hunt decree is basically so in Genshin. For those who don't know, they have elements, which is
Yeah.
basically they have visions, which are basically elements, like in Pokemon.
Yeah.
So his master was going against the Ryan Shogun, and he unfortunately died.
Mhm.
I assume he mostly died. Um, and basically he wanders around, and he comes across a captain called Beidou, who she gave him like a chance to join the Crux as like a temporary like crew member because he likes he's like Kenshin. He likes to wander. He doesn't want to have anyone around, but like he's cool being with someone for a bit before going back to wandering.
Mhm.
And then later on, he comes back and protects the traveler from the Raiden Shogun because she was about to defeat the traveler, which the traveler could be male or female.
Mhm.
Um, and with the master's vision that he had, it's power of friendship basically, where he used two visions
Yeah.
and not defeat her, but she was shocked, and it allowed the main character to jump in and fight her basically. But basically with Kazuha, he's very calm. He has no he's not out for revenge. Like I think I made the mistake. I keep thinking that he's out for revenge or he's trying to go for Raiden. But the thing was, he just wants to wander around, just minding his own business. Like he's not part of the rebellion either. He's there to help in case something happens, but he's not like permanent.
Mhm.
Which I like about Kazuha, because I think with every character, it's like, oh, you killed my friend or my family or my master, I'm gonna take revenge on you for ages. But I think with Kazuha, it's like he uses it. He doesn't use hate or anything. He's more like reflective, calm, and trying to just wander, basically, like searching for answers. So that's what I like about Kazuha.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, so this could be the last question coming from my list, and then shockingly, I have more in my head. Um, so who from social media, being TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, blah 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 blah, would you like to do a collaboration with in real life at some point? Doing photo shoots, videos, whatever.
Oh, okay. So there are a few people. Um, I have done so. If you're talking inspiration, people that inspire me to do it, I have met. I have met some of them in person. I have actually collabed with them because they were nice enough to ask.
Mm-hmm.
So one of them is called Mollies and Lollies, who she is a cosplayer, who is a Hoya creator. So she does child, she does like mostly child. I know her, or most of the server that we're in the Discord server that I'm mostly on is her Discord. She mostly does child and Dottore and other and Raiden and other characters. But I did collab with her a few times, and yeah, she's very like passionate. And honestly, it would be cool to do a duo at one point. The
Awesome.
other person I would say is Mystic cosplayer. She does mostly like she did Yang, Blake, Yang and Blake, 2B, and Resident Evil ones as well, and Star Wars. I know she doesn't watch too much RWBY anymore, and that's fine. Because trust me, there's a lot of mutuals I know that do RWBY but don't actually
Continue to watch.
watch the show or stopped watching it.
Yeah.
And that's fine. Trust me, I stopped playing Genshin recently because of all the things that's happening.
Yeah.
With the game isn't as fun. Like also because of Star Rail, but mostly because like I'm max level and it's not much. So I like cosplaying I like cosplaying Genshin characters, but I'm just like but yeah, I would like to do it with her, probably like either like 9S2B or like a RWBY one.
Nice.
And then who else? I think I'll speak to two. I think I'll say two more. So the other one, which I actually duoed with as well, is Eterno Inferno, and they do some creative cosplay actually. So they don't actually they don't do like massive outfits with like a few exceptions. It's mostly just a wig and just like modern clothing or prom clothing, and they get really creative with it, and that's what I really like about them.
Yeah,
is like they put makeup, they have a wig on, they put yeah, and then it's like a camera looking up and just it's really creative, and that's very because it shows that you don't need the outfit to do the character. You can just
Yeah.
you know. And then finally, the last person, if I have something on the top of my head, oh, it's actually tricky. I had one in my head, but I forgot. Oh God. Um, yeah, I forgot. Sorry.
It's okay. Don't worry about it. So now we're gonna go into the final four questions for today. So
Right.
the first one is going to be: do you have any questions for me as an individual or about the show in general?
Um, I don't really have a question in mind.
Okay, that's fine. I just always want to, offer the opportunity.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
Next is: would you ever like to come back to the show, either for another interview like this or for another video format that we offer? Yeah,
Yeah, I wouldn't mind. Yeah.
awesome, awesome. Well, next is going to be who would you like to see on the show in the future?
So, who would I like to see? I mean, if they're up for it,
Yeah,
probably Eterno Inferno or Molly's and Nollies, or even half cause as well. Because I think, but if it's speaking small, I would say half cause will definitely be a really cool person to be on the interview because he's a good friend. He's a cool friend. Like he goes to the same uni as me, and he does like cross dressing, cross playing,
yeah,
and he does them so well. So I think it would be cool if he wants
awesome,
to do it. Yeah.
awesome. Well, lastly is going to be do you have any questions for your future guest?
Future get oh for the previous one. I would say what got you into cross playing basically.
Okay,
Yeah,
awesome.
basic as hell, but yeah,
It works. It works. Well, I
yeah.
want to say thank you so much for being here today. I highly appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Well, of course. Thank you for staying up and doing this with us. I appreciate it. Um, Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do all the stereotypical YouTube stuff. Don't forget to follow Lovely Guests on all the social media platforms. And at least I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.
See you guys.